Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today we're going to dive deep into my most unhealthy dreams of sugary satisfaction. Have you ever taken a bath in M&Ms? I have. It was a little less messy than you're probably imagining. Do you dream of being drenched in sugar? I didn't know that I wanted that until right this second. Thank goodness there is a soundtrack for this moment that I'm vaguely familiar with and about to discover a lot more. Let's get to it. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out of thanks to our sponsor for today's video, Factor. While you might be having a massive craving for sugar to be poured all over your body, we both know that it is better for us to eat a nutritionally balanced meal. Enter Factor. Factor makes meeting your nutritional goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals straight to your doorstep. And the best part is, these meals take just 2 minutes to cook. I can resist a sugar craving for just 2 minutes. This is what was delivered to my doorstep. So much in this one. We have Tex-Mex beef bowl. We have a jalapeno lime cheddar chicken, spicy. Vegetarian tamale bowl. Ooh, we're gonna go with the artichoke and spinach chicken. Here, honey. There's still some more in here. I love this. They also have juices cold pressed, which is lovely. We've got a carrot, orange, ginger, apple, kale, wheatgrass, pineapple, turmeric, basil. That sounds really interesting. I'll probably go with the carrot, orange, ginger. I'm a big fan of that. Ooh, and seasonally appropriate, we have a protein shake that is pumpkin spice. I love how Factor has a wide variety of options to choose from. You could go plant-based, keto, calorie conscious. Obviously, you could also just juice. And remember, 2 minutes, just 2 minutes in the microwave, and it comes out perfectly cooked every time. We can resist the sugar craving together for 2 minutes. That's such a good combo. Here it is. Oh, ha ha! The sound of it peeling back is so good. So just wanted to point out, this is like a real chicken breast. This isn't some mashed up gunk. It is legit good quality meat. All right, testing. The meat is perfectly cooked, very moist. The flavor, it's like a creamy artichoke sauce, ooh, right? And then also there's a little side of veggies, so I feel like I'm doing a very, very good job for my body right now. If you want to eat healthy, delicious food that is ready in just 2 minutes, head to factor75.com or click the link below and put in the code charismatic50 to get 50% off of your first Factor box. Here's to some healthy eating goals together. Now let's get to the music. The drums of this hit so hard. They're beefy. I love the space between them that makes you feel like they're even beefier. It's good stuff. And I think it's fascinating. There were a couple vocal things that caught my attention immediately. One was this panning back and forth. We were like having like a ping pong game that's going boop, 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 boop in my headphones. And then there was also some different harsh vocalizations that wanted to sound like they're inviting the crowd to make that sound along with them. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Fun dance. There it goes. Boop, 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 boop. Hits. So in that little section there, I heard 3 distinct kinds of harsh vocals happening. This who, ho, and a ah. kind of a fry sound. Ooh. Ooh, ow. So that has like some pitched harshness there as well, but it mostly sounds like you've gotten a bit of a chorus, or maybe just had a lot of different takes that we brought them together and made this hoo ho kind of sound be something that would be really easy for a crowd to attach to. I bet that would be fun live. Knees. More knees. This feels really, it feels so familiar. I don't think that I've heard this song all the way through. Maybe I have at some point on a radio or something like this and not paid attention to it, just really hooked into the main line. I know the main line, the pour some sugar on me. Like, yeah, I know that melody. But I read through the lyrics ahead of time, and for the life of me, I could not put a melody with any of them. So I know that this is not a song that I'm very familiar with at all. But as he's going, it just feels like weirdly familiar. But there are times where right now I feel my brain wanting to superimpose like various bits from We Will Rock You from Queen as well into this. There's something similar. That's weird. I wonder if the two influence each other. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit here, okay? Let's just talk about his voice for a hot second. There's this pinched quality to it, but a fullness at the same time, right? When you pinch something, you make it smaller, but if you have something fuller, you're like, wait, those two things don't go together, but they do. It sounds like there's a part in his vocal tract that is pinching and another part that's open wide, because this is a lot of space for sound to work with. And there's so many different things in your vocal tract that can either close down or open up to affect the sound. So it's this really weird combination of fullness and pinch that I'm hearing, right? You get that gravel, you get that sass, but then you get a full body behind it. And I find it so fascinating that in the lower stuff, he's got a little more distortion, a little more gravel on the sound. And then when he goes up to Be Your Man, there's an additional cleanliness to that. Often people will find it easier to add that grit or gravel when they go higher. And he's doing the reverse. One more time. That's cool. It's sassy. So rhythmic. Ooh, who's that chorus part? Whoa. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that was cool. This strikes me like as weirdly R&B, meaning that this feels fairly wrapped, but on top of a more static kind of melody, not a big soaring melody, but fairly static, kind of a lot of stepwise motion happening. But it's in rock. So it's like R&B, but rock, but then you've got all that extra grit and distortion behind it, and that almost takes on this sort of heavier metal feeling as well. So it's like, this is gonna defy a real genre to me. I feel like this is just Def Leppard. That's all. That's all it can be. That rhythm is so good. Ooh. Right there. That's when I was like, yeah, got it. And there's a moment when they were talking about take the bottle, take a bottle. It's like, oh, that feels also more familiar. Interesting. This is, of course, not actually a live version. You guys, I hope, have caught on to it by now. This is going to be official music video. So I think we've got some studio effects happening behind, and we can talk a lot more about how they've chosen to layer and produce the voice, which is really fun. I'm going to come back here and we'll pause a lot. I want to go back just a bit there. The yeah has where they added all of those extra harmonies, they really got me the first time, especially. It was just already such a beautiful excursion up with this extra yeah, and I liked the way it shifted from this sort of more contained melody to be higher, and then they expanded that out with harmonies. I was just I really loved the way that they used that to grow into this next section. Everything about this song makes me feel like it was designed for a party. It's just the way the vocals are layered, the forward, the backing, the words. It feels like it is meant for a good time, and it really makes you want to sing along, right? The way that they put those chorus bits in there, but just when you hear this lead, it's not like, oh, I'm going to sing along with them. It's like, I'm going to sing along with them, with everyone. I like the way it feels immediately like a very inclusive kind of song. Really? I also like the way that they've got a distinctive section where you have many voices, and that would be where your audience sings along, and then his lead line. And again, it feels like it's all designed for some sing-along goodness. I'm going to go back just a little bit and then keep going, and then tell you a little confession. Ooh, that's a cool riff. I just love the way that the entire verse has so much good rhythm in it. It makes me just want to listen to that pattern over and over in a loop. It feels like it's almost like a mantra that you could get lost in. And I like the way that his voice has this like almost like weirdly smooth quality at the same time as having this in your face kind of quality. Right? He definitely feels like he could be a smooth talker or like, take some action. All right, I'm trying to pick out what makes it smooth right now. And the biggest thing that I'm hearing is the way he's continuing his sound through each of these very defined rhythms. A lot of times people think of rhythm as being pop, 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 pop. And instead, I think if you have an idea of this long line that has defined sprinkles, that's more like rhythm, for a singer at least, because you want to keep the voice going the whole time. You want that energy going the whole time or you're going to lose your audience's attention. You are not a percussion instrument, right? This is more like a string instrument. And then there are moments where you get to just drop in some of those consonants, and those make up the really defined rhythmic moments. So his smooth underneath, it's really going the whole time, even though he's got this catchy and extreme enunciation, and it's also got lots of pitch that can bounce around. It still has this very continuous energy that is going. Let's go back just a little bit here. Too far. A lot of those vowels are actually really elongated. We had these E vowels that were just going on and on, trying to figure out what they actually were. I don't remember what they actually were. I was mostly just listening to consonants and vowels and not words. So all of those E vowels, we had mirror, queen, it's mannequin, but he actually rhymed it to more like mannequin. And then you had sweet dream, saccharine, because we're taking those E vowels and elongating them and rhyming them also so much, it creates just a lot more continuity of the sound, even though we've got this ingrained rhythm and all those consonants coming through. This is super cool. I like this. Those are some great harmonies in there. I'm like, shout out to the band. Even though you have a lead singer here, right? Joe Elliott, right? I think I got the singer's name right. Whew, man, you guys, it's hard to really be doing so many times that first time hearing a band and thinking, okay, do I have this lead singer's name correct? Gotta make sure. Also, knowing what they look like is pretty much impossible before you actually see them on screen. Even with pictures, they all look different on screen. That being said, I think we've got Joe Elliott here. I do remember that this band's drummer, I think Rick Allen. I'm going to check some notes here really quickly. Rick Allen. He is a one-armed drummer. I didn't even know that somebody could do that professionally. That's amazing. Hats off, man. Wow. But there are so many, it looks like backing vocals. We've got Phil Collen, Collen, and Vivian Campbell. And Rick Savage. Oh my gosh, that's why they've got that chorus thing happening so well. Those backing vocals are powerful in this song. This makes so much more sense now that I'm realizing, yes, you have a lead singer, but it really sounds like part of the attraction of this band is that you want to sing along with them. And when you get so many backing vocals that are really in on it, doing tons of harmonies, backing up tons of lines, there's a fun party feel. Okay. I feel like I'm starting to get it a little bit more. That's great. I love the way that they dropped off the bottom on that part, knocking on my door. They just went up and it might have been backing vocals that just took over entirely there. I'm not sure. And the sugar me, that part had exquisite harmony as well. This is just fantastic. I love the backings. I think I know why this sounds extra familiar right now. I think that's because I had some people doing it in karaoke around me at some point. Okay, anyhow, this is a great karaoke song. Guys, if you're trying to pick a karaoke song, this is one. Because most people, when they're doing karaoke, they're super, super, super scared. If you pick this song, everybody's going to want to sing along with you. So, good karaoke song. Back. Oh, I hadn't noticed that before. Let's go right there. Oh shoot, I missed it again. Well, there was a picture of our drummer Rick Allen with just the one arm. I'm so amazed, like so amazed. And that was one of the first things I mentioned too. Was like, I love that it's so good. It hits. It's awesome. So here's the confession time. I thought that this song was about drugs, like cocaine. And then I read through the lyrics right before starting today. And I was like, oh, I think that this is about sex. I think we're a little off there, which is hilarious because Sugar, System of a Down, that is about cocaine. And I guess sugar is all kinds of sweet things in life. So anyhow, this is definitely the more romantic version. Oh, look at that little shimmy down there. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Joe Elliott's positioning on stage. I'm noticing he's a great performer from everything I've seen here. Really engaged with the audience and very powerful on stage. He's taking all kinds of power positions. Often will have a leg forward, like what he's got right here, that can help you to ground and get that sound a little more supported with this feeling of the breath coming from all the way down below your feet. Doesn't actually do that, but it can help to visualize that. He also has a lot of times where he sends his arms really, really far up. If you raise your hands like all the way up there, that helps your rib cage expand. Again, can help with breath support. There are all kinds of things where he's making himself essentially bigger. And when you do that, that again aids with that rib cage expansion, aids with the stabilization of the breath support. So I think a lot of people would come to me and say, well, this voice doesn't really have that much to offer because he's singing not crazy high, but there's not a ton of like that core sound in it that you would expect to find in an opera singer, for example. There's a lot of grit and edge to it at various times. And I think that he actually seems to have a really good support system down for what he's got going on. He's able to create that smoothness in the sound using that support system. He's able to create these incredible rhythms with it. He's got a very unique signature timbre, and he's able to bring so much personality and message to this song as well. I actually think he's a pretty freaking fantastic vocal performer. Okay, back a little bit. So much rhythm in his voice. Ooh. Ooh. I love the way there were tons of sounds in there that went like this, had this rise into the sound. It was a cool bit of production. Again, with that amazing interaction between lead and backing vocals. I am so into that. I think that would be amazing if we saw more bands doing this kind of thing regularly. It becomes infectious because you see two people or more saying, hey, we're going to make this together, and that makes you want to join in. Really cool. Now, I will say I don't know for sure how their sound did over time. So it's possible that the fundamental singing that they're doing with this sort of extra distortion or grit on top, it's possible that that's not created the right way. It really depends on if this is done at that true vocal fold level or if they're adding some other element inside the vocal tract, or sometimes people's vocal folds also just have some other things going on. But I don't know how it's created, so I don't know long term if it was a sustainable sound. And sometimes those kinds of things can get by even like the best scientists, the best voice teachers. A lot of voice teachers just put this like staple statement out there that is, do not create any sort of distortion in the sound or grit. And they think, oh, this is going to destroy all voices. I know for sure that that isn't the truth because I've seen down throats that are just fine creating all kinds of monstrous noises. But that doesn't mean that every person is doing it correctly. There are definitely some people that will do it incorrectly. And I don't know which ones these are. The way we would really judge is how long did this voice continue to do this? And can the voice go to clean really easily and not feel any sort of pain when making these noises as well? So there's lots of ways we can test that without actually seeing down their throat. I'd be really curious how long Joe Elliott continued to sing like this. Did he have any sort of problems later on in the career? And what about the other guys in the band? The backing vocals are extraordinary here. I don't know. I'm curious. Let me know if you guys are in the live premiere. It's such a good chorus. It's so sticky. Literally. Is it just me or did I hear a little top end there coming? Yeah, that was a nice little holler out on top. I wish it was mixed further forward though. Nice. Ooh. That ending had such a snap to it. It definitely left me wanting more. If you guys want to know how to recommend another Def Leppard song for me to check out, you want to leave that comment below a YouTube video and then upvote the songs that you like the most. We actually do tally those up. I have a spreadsheet on that. So I'm watching your comments and your recommendations. And if you want to just go check out some more really awesome music, I'm going to make you a playlist up over here. And I hope that you continue to enjoy much good nutrition and may you fall more in love with music every day.
Start over. It wasn't at the lip. It was so good.
Like a skeleton.
Let's do it again.
The anticipation.
Let's do it again.
Oh my gosh.